when the storylines were so good. And this is the last thing I have to say. I am not a Denny fan. Don't even pretend to be. However, Denny is going through some personal stuff right now with his father. Nobody really knows what's going on. It's none of our business what's going on. Denny's worried this might be the last time his dad ever sees him race for a championship. Did show some pictures of Denny with his dad. His dad is, in a chair with oxygen. So we're not going to speculate here. We're not going to do anything like that. But, man, wish Denny and his dad all the best. All of our thoughts and prayers and concerns, go his way. And, folks, just respect his privacy like you would want your privacy respected. But with that going on and with just the way Denny lost that thing, you have to feel bad for the guy. And
I feel bad just watching him because after the race, Denny, he, of course, the drivers do what they normally do when they put the car in park after the race. They disconnect the wheel, put the wheel there on the dashboard, take the helmet off, put the helmet on the dashboard or on the car, then just get out of the car. But Denny sat there for a little bit and just watching him sit there and taking some time in the car, you just felt bad for him there at the end.
And give him credit. I mean, he said, I agree with Chris Gale, the fact that we took 4 tires. Gale, his crew chief, didn't throw him under the bus, and he took it with grace. He took it as good as he's still human, right? I mean, he was literally, this we talked about. He was within a minute, 90 seconds of winning a championship, the championship that has eluded him for
20 years.
20 years or more when he came in the sport in the early 2000s, answered all the questions. So, man, I just give the guy a ton of credit. I would say this, though. If I'm Denny and I'm not Denny, if I'd have won that chip, I'd have retired right then and there.
Retired right there at the press conference.
Because there's nothing else this man can do for the sport, he's, as far as what he can win.
He's won every crown jewel. He's won Darlington, won Bristol, won Charlotte, won Indy, won Daytona multiple times. So there's nothing else he can do after the chip.
One of the greatest to ever do it. No doubt. If he's not first ballot Hall of Famer, something is terribly, no matter what with the chips, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a first ballot, no
driving
questions
the winningest
asked.
number in the Cup
Hall of
Series,
Famer. Yeah, a lot of pressure on driving the 11. Kawicki drove it, Waltrip drove it, he drove it.
Drove it.
So
some of the biggest names in NASCAR have driven the number 11 car, and a lot of them, probably the biggest pressure in that 11 car. A lot of people probably expect you to bring a championship to that car, because two or three of the guys are in the top 10 for most wins that I named off earlier, like Kelly Arbol and Darrell Waltrip. Both of those guys brought 6 championships combined to the car. I think that's the biggest pressure with Denny right now. If you're driving that 11, people probably expect you to bring at least a championship or two to that number at least.
Yeah, and you're driving it for Joe Gibbs, the Hall of Famer, football Super Bowl champion. Again,
that team's probably hungry for a championship
them
too.
And Hendrick are right here, and now this mighty Joe Gibbs Racing has not won a championship since 2019 when Kyle Busch won it.
Mm-hmm.
The year he broke his leg or foot. Since 2020, your championship has come out of your champion. Has come out of 2 stables, Hendrick or Penske.
And Penske won the race today.
Penske.
So what if Byron didn't move Blaney last week?
Let's play devil's advocate. Exactly. Blaney finished second last week and was leading the race. If he catches up to Byron and decides to move him, he couldn't get to Byron. He admitted that. He was literally.
Strategy at Martinsville was
Blaney's literally one position away from being a champion, 2-time champion. But to our point, in 2020, your Cup Series champion was Elliott, Hendrick. 21, Larson, Hendrick. You had, 10 wins that year? 2, Logano, Penske.